Today, we'll discuss a difference between a food forest and an orchard. Let's start with a food forest. A food forest mimics the structure and function of natural forest ecosystem, but with a focus on producing a variety of edible plants. So food forests typically have several layers of plants, which allows for efficient use of space and resources. On the other hand, an orchard is a group of fruit trees planted in rows or a grid pattern, usually in a monoculture setting. A monoculture setting refers to an environment where only one type of crop is grown in a given area. So we typically have orchards with 100 apples, 100 plums, 100 peaches, 100 pears, and so on. Another difference is that the plants in a food forest live for several years, reducing the need for annual replanting. These perennials are often deep-rooted and can help improve soil structure and water retention. In contrast, most orchards have just grass, which is a huge nutrient competitor for young fruit trees. Food forest, once established, should require minimal input from the gardener or farmer, as it is designed to mimic natural systems. Because food forests are designed to be self-sustaining, they require less maintenance than traditional agricultural systems. They require less water and fertilizer than conventional orchards, and they can provide a range of ecosystem services, such as pollination, pest control, and soil enrichment. Contrary to conventional orchards, which require significant inputs such as fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, which are expensive and can have negative environmental impacts. Conventional orchards also often require high inputs of labor, water, and other resources to maintain. This makes them less sustainable and less economically viable in the long term. By planting a variety of different plant species in food forests, we create a biodiverse environment, as we aim to incorporate a diverse range of crops, including fruit and nut trees, berry bushes, perennial vegetables, herbs, flowers, roots, cover crops. This diversity not only creates a more resilient ecosystem, but also provides a variety of foods for humans and wildlife. A conventional orchard typically has limited biodiversity with only a few types of plants and little diversity in the surrounding ecosystem. Conventional orchards often prioritize uniformity in tree size, fruit size, and fruit appearance. This can lead to a loss of genetic diversity and can make the orchard more vulnerable to pests and diseases. Food forests are designed to be water-wise, using techniques like mulching, rainwater harvesting, rainwater diversion, and storage in the soil to conserve water. Conventional orchards require significant water inputs. Irrigation is often made possible thanks to wells, but their intensive use leads to low levels of groundwater table. In some cases, water is brought in tanks from other places, making it unsustainable and leading to raised maintenance costs. It's worth noting that some orchards may incorporate elements of permaculture or agroforestry, such as diverse plantings, low chemical inputs, and an emphasis on soil health. However, the focus on a single crop and the emphasis on a uniformity and high yields are still a characteristic of many conventional orchards. Now, how we would create a food forest? We start with planting pioneer species that improve the soil and regulate water. See how hardy pioneer trees interact with rain in this video. Then we create guilds. The specific plants and animals that are included in a guild will depend on the local climate, soil type, and other factors, but some common elements include nitrogen fixers. These are the plants that have a symbiotic relationship with bacteria that allow them to pull nitrogen from the air and convert it into a form that can be used by other plants. Examples include legumes like peas, beans, clover, as well as legume trees such as Leucaena, acacias, pseudoacacias. We also have dynamic accumulators. These are plants that have deep roots that can draw nutrients up from deep in the soil, making them available to other plants. Examples include comfrey and yarrow. We have also insect attractors. These are plants that attract beneficial insects like pollinators and predators of garden pests. Examples include flowers like lavender and calendula. We also have ground covers. They are low-growing plants that help suppress weeds and protect the soil from erosion. Examples include clover and creeping thyme. And we also have companions. These are plants that have a beneficial relationship with the central plant. either by providing shade or support or by attracting pollinators or other beneficial insects. Examples might include herbs like basil or dill. To create a food forest, you can start small at the edge of your garden or convert an existing orchard or woodlot. You need to think about resources like water, compost, and mulch. You can make compost yourself with green material, food scraps, brown material, and animal manure if you have access to it, which can enrich your soil significantly. You can introduce animals to food forests that can help to lose the soil, trim weeds, fertilize the area with their manure, and eat pests. Food forests will eventually self-fertilize. Because of the number of growing species and the big amount of their fallen leaves, the branches that will decompose over time with the help of bacteria and fungi, releasing nutrients to the soil. So you can completely use all the potential growing space, ensure a constant supply of food, and significantly lower pest damage. In the next video, we will discuss specific plant assemblies in a food forest, so make sure to stick around. Thanks for watching.